If this precious and unique area can be defiled and converted into an industrial dairy operation, nothing is safe.
Campaigners against Murray Valentine's plans for a dairy farm in the MacKenzie Basin have gained support from some of the country's most esteemed ecological researchers. Professor Alan Mark has studied tussock grasslands for most of his career, and he wants to see an end to dairy pasture being carved out of the MacKenzie country landscape.
As an ecologist, I haven't worked intensively in the MacKenzie Basin, but I've done enough work there, and I've associated with those who have to know that those values are unique and they're threatened, and it's time that respectable ecologists stood up and said enough's enough.
He disagrees with the suggestion tussock grasslands in the area have been irreversibly damaged by the invasive weed Hyraceum.
I know that ecologists have been looking at it, they've been monitoring it, and Susan Walker from Landcare Research, it's a major activity of hers, research activity, and she has shown and published on the fact that with cessation of grazing, the Hyraceum can be reduced, if not eliminated, at least reduced to the point where it is much less significant than it has been. And we've looked at those study plots, and there's no question about it. Looking back at the record and what's the trends that are there today, the Hyraceum reduction is for real.
Entomologist Anthony Harris has been studying insects his whole life, and he's concerned about the loss of unique species as well as the destruction of the region's aesthetic appeal.
It's a huge aesthetic value. There are obviously lizards there and a lot of insects found nowhere else. But the beautiful blue and gold colours will disappear. Think of all the tourists that come to see Mount Cook. It's the wildness of this iconic area that's so emotionally appealing.
Valentine says the dairy conversion began 15 years ago and it is now uneconomical to stop. Milking on the farm has already started, with new milking sheds set to be built by September and irrigation starting in October. In Dunedin, for the South Today.